And this topic was brought to you by a conversation I was having with one of my coaching clients as she is getting ready to launch a new offer in the next 2 weeks. And so we were, working through, I have a audit that I have my clients go through. It's about 30 questions in depth to help them really solidify all angles of their offer so that they can present it and communicate the value of it in a really clear, specific, tangible way to their audience. So I thought, why not share this with you all? Because I know that sometimes our offers they sound amazing to us, but they aren't really like communicate effectively, or people aren't grasping the value behind it and why they should move forward with working with us or investing in that service or product. So I wanted to talk about how to create a mouthwatering offer, and four key elements that I want you to consider, and I want you to do kind of like an audit of your own current offer when you're doing this, because offers do not have to be complicated. And I think there's this perception, especially if you're putting out a high ticket offer, that it needs to have the bells and the whistles, and it needs to be, full of all these various things. And I talk extensively about this in a lot of different trainings. If you watch a couple of my mini trainings, I talk about, the expectations people have around creating a high ticket offer and what it needs to have in it and what it needs to be in order for you to charge high ticket. And it can be super, super simple. As long as you have these four elements dialed in, you're good to go. So I'm going to jump right in and talk about what they are. But before I do so, I want you to understand that, people invest for one of two reasons. Either they're moving away from pain, a challenge or something they don't want, or they're moving towards a desire, right? A desired outcome. So moving away from pain could be like, I'm tired of being overweight. Like, "Ugh, I'm so tired of it." They can use language like that. Like, I don't want to be overweight anymore, or I'm done with my dead end job. Like, I'm just tired of hating my work and hating my job. Um, Moving away from pain is, I'm tired of not making, the income that I desire in my business. Like, I'm not making the revenue. That's moving away from pain. Moving towards a desired goal is, you know, with the weight loss, let's say I want to be, be able to fit into my red dress. That's a desired goal. Like, I want to finally be able to fit back into that red dress that I used to wear back in college. Um, a desired goal could be, I want to be, my next goal is to be an executive CEO or whatever, right? CEO of my business, of my company or whatever. So that's moving towards a desired outcome. It could be, I want to hit my first 10K months. That's a desired goal, right? They're not moving away from a pain in those situations. They're moving, there's a toward a aspiration, a goal, achievement. So those are the two reasons why people invest, right? Either you're speaking to how they can get out a challenge, how they can get away from a pain that they don't desire, they don't want anymore, or how they can achieve a goal, a desire that they're looking for. So that needs to be top of mind when you are creating your offer and then communicating about your offer. Okay. So once you understand that psychology, you understand that very basic foundational piece to it. Now, here comes the four elements that you want to sit down and make sure you understand. So the first part is, you want to make sure that that offer has a specific and tangible outcome. People don't want to like try to figure out what am I going to get at the end of this. They want to have clarity and understanding of what exactly that is, right? It needs to be an end goal and desire for your audience, for your ideal clients, something that they want right now as a result, not something on the way to a result. And I'll explain what that means too, because I see that happening quite a bit too. Is sometimes it seems like it's a result, but it's not. And you want to be descriptive, obviously, and specific about this. So let's say you are the weight loss person and you're like, I'm helping women lose weight. That's nice, but let's get more tangible or specific if we can, right? The more clarity we can give someone, the more our offers stand out, the more it commands a high ticket price, the more people are able to see the value in it and be able to say, okay, I can get behind this. I understand what I'm getting. So let's say it's helping postpartum moms lose 20 pounds, so that they can fit back into their favorite jeans in under 6 months or less. That's more specific and that's very tangible because you're speaking to a specific type of person, right? Postpartum mom, they just had a baby, and they're trying, and you have a very specific goal that they can lose, right? It can be 20 pounds, it can be 20%, weight loss, whatever, but it's more tangible and very specific. And so you are attracting someone who is in that range and looking for that outcome, that very specific outcome. Okay. Sometimes I see things like helping women become more confident, or helping you be more, a lot of this fluffy coach jargon, right? Helping you step into your power. And that sounds amazing, but that doesn't mean anything, right? And it's not the end result. So what does stepping into your power mean? And what does that do? Like, what does that look like for your ideal client? What does stepping into their power look like? And what do they have at the end of stepping into their power? Because stepping into their power is actually a gateway to something, because there's something else they're desiring at the end of that, or something they're trying to get away from. Remember the two reasons why people invest: get away from pain or towards a desire. Now, people don't want confidence, let's say, for the sake of confidence. I say that all the time. It's what will being confident get them at the end of the day. Okay. So maybe you're helping, professional women looking to increase their income, gain the confidence to ask for that promotion, right? Or to ask for that raise. That's what confidence in this situation could be, is someone who doesn't feel really confident speaking, using their voice to demand or to ask for rightful pay or rightful promotion. That's what confidence can do for them. Or it could be, maybe a shy guy who wants to ask the girls out. He wants confidence for what purpose? End goal is he wants a date, he wants a girlfriend or whatever, a wife, right? He wants the confidence to be able to approach a woman and talk to her, and all the whole song and dance of that ritual. I'm no longer part of. But that's the confidence piece of it. That's what they're desiring. That's the end goal. And we have to understand that, because I see a lot of offers being put out there that isn't a tangible specific outcome. It's on its way to the outcome, but it's not really there. And so some people, why you may struggle is because you don't have a very tangible specific outcome that people desire and want. Now, obviously you can create an offer that's kind of like a mid-tier offer, that that you're going to get someone finally there to the full extent, if you're doing like a masterclass or a workshop or something, to give them that, that small win. Like a lead magnet does that. It gives them a small win. It doesn't take them all the way there, but it gives them that small win. So they're like, okay, I got this one piece. Now I need the full offer, the whole, package service, to get to my full result. But if you're creating an offer, a standalone offer, you have to understand what is it that your person wants, and what is that end goal. Be very clear and specific about, and descriptive about, what that is. Okay. So I want you to understand, when you write about what you do, whether it's on your website, your posts, your emails, your blogs, I want you to keep this in mind. I want you to forget what you're selling and figure out exactly what it is that your clients are buying, because they're not the same thing. And I see this again happen so often. And this is why you need to really understand your audience. You may be selling, let's say, weight loss, right? But remember that she's buying, fitting back into her skinny jeans, being able to look in the mirror and be like, "Ooh, I look good." Like, that is the emotion. That is the end result, the transformation that she's desiring. That's what she really wants. And if you can speak into that, butter, you've got it. Okay. Another example is, let's say, websites, right? People are always selling, "Oh, I can do your website, blah, blah, blah." Like, no one cares about a website for the sake of a website. I don't even have one anymore. I just use landing pages because they're much more efficient for me. But buying what they're truly buying, I know, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, is, I want a website that is optimized to bring me a steady stream of pre-sold leads. That's why you want a website, right? You want something that showcases your authority and your expertise and gets people to land on it, go on it, and say, "Ooh, I like what she's selling. I want what she's got. Let me either join her email list or book a call." Like, that's what you want a website for, right? You don't want it there just for the sake of, taking up space on the internet. And so, are you speaking into that? Are you speaking into the transformation, the outcome that your ideal clients want when you're creating your offers? And I'll give you one more example. Let's say marriage coach. No one is buying marriage coaching for the sake of marriage coaching, right? They're buying, especially if they're having turmoil and turbulence in their relationship and their marriage, they're buying falling madly back in love with their spouse, right? Being able to, you know, overcome whatever barriers or challenges or conflict is in the relationship, in the marriage, so they can be back to where they were when they first met each other and fell in love and made the decision to get married, right? To take that leap. Are you speaking into that? Is that outcome being portrayed and communicated in your offer, when you make your offer, when you talk about your offer? Because when people can see that, it becomes a no-brainer for them, right? If you've positioned your offer the correct way and talk about the transformation, the outcome that your person desires versus all the other, things that we kind of get lost in, you are gold. Okay. Now let's talk about the second element that you want to really hone in on, and that is the value of the program. It needs to exceed the price that it's marketed at. So what does this mean? I'll give you an example as someone who's a business strategist and helps people with their, strategies, their messaging, their offers, landing clients. That's the end goal. I help you land clients, land high ticket clients consistently. Just adding all those pieces so you see that. But the value of the program needs to exceed the price it's marketed at. Since I can help my clients with the knowledge, the strategies, the clarity in their message and the offers that they gain from working with me long term, right? I can help them create 10K months in their business, 20K months. They can go on and create a six-figure business with what they are learning, with what the knowledge and the experience and the skill sets that they're learning around marketing and messaging and sales. All of that stuff, even if they don't have it in the moment that we work together, but long term, what they have gained is going to help them create at least a six-figure business. I can charge 5K, 10K plus for my services because the value that they're getting is exceeding the price that I'm marking it at. Does that make sense? Now, again, that's easy to say because I'm in the make money, money, wealth niche. So I'm going to give you some examples that are not in the wealth niche. So you can see that this applies to any niche. It doesn't matter. So I wrote a couple down for you. So the first one is weight loss, right? When you are making a decision about that and when you're trying to portray that value, think to yourself, how much can you help your clients save when you think about the current situation that they're in when it comes to their weight? How much money are they losing, right? When you think about they have to go see the doctor, they're probably on several different medications. That's costly, even with insurance. Doctor's visits can be costly, even with insurance. They're missing work because they're constantly having to take time off or whatever it may be. So they're losing, that's money that they're not making. There's so many different elements to it, and you have to sit down and document this and like literally write this out. And it's what I have my clients do so that they can see the cost savings that they're helping their clients with, or what the client is losing by not taking action and getting this problem fixed. So in this case, let's say weight loss, right? Someone is overweight. That would be one of the examples. So when you think about the lifetime or maybe within 30 years of them having this problem and not getting it solved, how much are you saving them? How much are you, saving them, or how much could they have been making as a result of now having this outcome? So 3K, 5K is nothing in the long term. Does that make sense? I'll give you a couple more. Let's say you're a career coach. How much are people missing out on not getting that promotion because they're feeling stuck in their job, they're unhappy? What are the ripple effects of that? And I say within these three elements of the ripple effects: time, how much time are they losing, or how much time have they lost already in terms of energy, right? Because not having or not being in a good place mentally, it is draining. It creates stress and overwhelm, burnout. All of those things have a cost to it, not just like emotionally, yes, but your thoughts about yourself, sometimes they can manifest into physical ailments. There is a cost to not having or not doing certain things, right? So let's say you are a career coach and you have someone who hates their job and they want to move up, or they want to move out, whatever it may be, and they're stuck. How are you able to speak into those pieces so that they can see the value in making the change, in value in investing, so that they can be able to make a decision? Is this the right place? Should I stick it out and stay and ask for that promotion, or should I go somewhere else where I'll be more valued and I can make more money, and I'll be happier? Right? Whatever it may be. So if you're charging 5K, that makes a ton of sense, because again, the value of the program, the value of the outcome that they're about to achieve and have as a result of working with you far exceeds the price that you're marking it as. I'll give you one more example, because I've worked with quite a few parent coaches and I love them as a parent myself. And that is, as a parent coach, What is the effect of, let's say a parent coaches teenagers, like you help, parents figure out or have more peace with their teenagers. What is the effect of not having that relationship with their teenager? Sleepless nights, the constant argument, the fracture in the family. And if you have other family members, how is that influencing or affecting them too? Because you and your teenager are constantly fighting. They don't want to listen to you. There's always this disconnect. And then as they get older, maybe that if you're not getting it solved, that fracture grows greater. They go off to college, they don't want to talk to you no more. Maybe they need to go to therapy. Like there's a ripple effect. There's a consequence for everything we do and do not do, what actions we take and don't take. And so, how are you able to communicate that in a way that your ideal person, who is the right person because they understand this, see the value in investing versus not investing? Because the value that you are putting out there, you're like, it's only 3K to work with me to, finally have harmony and peace in your family and no longer have to worry about, your fear of, is your teenager going to run off or is something bad going to happen to them because they don't want to be around you, whatever it may be. It's a no-brainer. But you have to be able to understand that clearly and be able to express that and communicate that. So the value is an obvious, like they can see that. That's what makes an offer really, really, really hit and really good. Okay. So let's move on to number 3. And that is your offer needs to be very clear and specific. So what do I mean by that? It means that for you to create an offer, as we all know, there's a ton of questions you have to ask yourself. And like I said, I have a 30-question audit that I go through with my clients to make sure that they really are hitting all the angles. But people do not want to guess at your process, your methodology. They want to know, like, what am I going to get, right? They want to understand that this is the right offer for them, for where they're at and what they're looking for. How are you going to get them to point B, right? They're at point A, you're going to get them to point B. What does that look like? Are you going to help them with organic marketing, right, for their business? Or are you someone who's an ad strategist, right? And you're like, "Oh, ads are the way to go." Are you like the webinar is the only way for you to, be successful? Or are you like DM strategies where it's at, right? Everyone has their own unique methodology, their own process. People want to understand this so that they understand where, the journey that you're taking them through and that it's the right vehicle. Are you someone who uses keto to help people lose weight? Or are you more about the paleo diet, right? Those are all very unique methodologies. So you have to help them understand what steps they need to go through to achieve the outcome, right? And why are these steps important? What is the benefit of using this methodology and this way of doing things versus another way? Like, how's it easier? How's it faster? How's it maybe better? Can you communicate that in a way that they can see? Okay. How someone can be able to achieve their goal. And are you speaking to that process in a way that they understand, not with jargon or all the extra fluff, but in really concrete ways, the benefits, and in a way that they can understand it. Okay. So this part is pretty, again, self-explanatory. You should have some type of methodology, some way of process of getting someone where they need to be, and you should be able to explain it via using benefit driven language. I did a whole training about this. If you want that, let me know and I can send it to you. But it needs to be benefit driven because while people do want to know how to get from point A to point, like how you're going to get them there, that's not the biggest issue. That's not the biggest like concern. However, depending on what it is you do, there are different ways and different things that people are more inclined to. So using the example of organic marketing versus ads, right? This ties into number 4 as well, but if you are working with business owners who are just starting off, ads are not the right way to go because they don't have their message dialed in. They probably don't have a validated offer yet, and they probably don't yet have the finances to be able to put into ads. So someone who is like looking to grow their business, who's just starting off, would be a little bit hesitant and should not be probably going in that direct route to land clients. An organic strategy would make more sense for someone who's just kind of getting it started and who still needs to validate their offer, really get their messaging dialed in and actually make profit so that they can be able to invest back into their business using ads, right? There's steps that go there. And so that is important for that person to understand what's your methodology? How are you helping me get clients? Because if it's ads and I'm not yet in a place that I can invest into that, it wouldn't make sense. So that's why it's also important to be clear about what is your methodology, what is the steps your ideal clients need to take to get where they need to get. Okay. So that was number three. And then the last piece, like I said, ties really back into it. And that is defining the sophistication level of a specific person that your offer can help the best achieve results. Okay. So what this means is this, your offer is not for everyone. I know you want to help everyone. And when I first started, that was my goal. I was like, I'm going to be a coach for everyone. But here's the truth of the matter is you can't help everyone, and everyone isn't at a place where they can be helped yet. And you have to understand that in order to be able to refine your offer and make sure it's speaking to only the person who can get the best results. So this is about really diving deep into the demographics, the psychographics, which is, the characteristics, the attitude, the mindset of your ideal client. What stage are they in? Where are they in their customer journey that they can, get the best results? So those are the things you have to ask yourself, right? So if you think about that, where does that person need to be? And I say the biggest part with this is mindset. And I give you the example of, right, like you can have two people who are like, I want to lose weight. This is a big one. But one person is willing to invest in themselves, in a coach to help them lose weight. I would say the right way, right? The working out, eating better, stress reduction, sleep, whatever it may be. While you may have another person also wants the same results, but they want the magic pill, right? They're like, give me a pill that's just going to make me lose weight. I don't want to, give up my favorite foods. I don't really want to exercise. And so same results, but they want it in different ways. And so who is the person you can best support? Obviously, you want the person who is ready to invest and do the work, who has the mindset of, I understand this is going to be work, that I'm going to actually have to put in work, eat better, change my, my habits and all these things. Whereas someone else may be like, well, I want it, but I don't want to do want to do the work. Like, I don't want to change my habits. I don't want to eat better. I just want, give me something, right? One of those magic weight loss pills that's being, promoted all the time to lose the weight. Okay, so we have to understand that about our ideal person. So we're speaking to the right person who actually is going to value what we have to offer. So here's some questions that you can ask yourself as you are really defining in depth who is this person who's at the level and at the sophistication level of who we're looking to support, and who can best be supported by what we have. So who's the person that, based on your previous clients, who has gotten the best results and that you love to work with, because that's important to you. So ask yourself that, when you look through all the people you've served and supported, who was that person who got the best results, and what were the characteristics of that person who got the best results working with you? Think about, what stage were they in, right? Where were they in the trajectory of their journey, their weight loss journey, their business journey, their financial journey, their relationship journey, whatever it may be that you help them, career journey, whatever it is that you help them with. Where were they and what stage were they at? What did they have? What did they not have, right? What did they have in place to get results in your program? What must they have either accomplished or transformed, or how they have transformed to get the best results in your program? Again, another high level of this would be an entrepreneur. You're not going to, if you are someone who helps someone, you help them with their staffing, right? You help someone to hire and train a team so that they can have more time freedom in their business and increase their revenue. Well, you're not going to be talking to a beginner entrepreneur. They don't have the funds to hire a team yet. They don't have, what needs to be in place in order to create an SOP and say, hey, here's the process. They're still a one-man band, and they're still trying to, grow their business. So it would make sense that you're probably going to talk to someone who's further along in their entrepreneur journey, who has a 6 or 7 figure business, who has, things in place already, a offer validated, and now they're looking to expand and grow and get the support so they can step away from their business. So even that is really important to understand, that sophistication level, and not try to talk to all entrepreneurs, because someone who's just starting off, having a team makes no sense. They have to first get the business off the ground and be able to pay themselves before they can even pay other people. So that makes sense. Another example, let's say, I wrote this down, is, let's say you help people find, their significant other, your relationship coach, right? So one of the criteria you may have, it has to be someone who has the time to date. Dating is time consuming, money consuming too. So have someone who has the time to date someone, and who is ready to, really get serious about a relationship. So if you're thinking about it, who's going to have that availability and that time and, the energy to do that? Is it going to be the 22-year-old who just got out of college, who's still living in his parents' basement, just got a new job? He's still trying to figure his life out. He ain't ready. Versus, let's say, the 40-year-old he's settled, he has a good job, he's been in the job for a minute, and he's at the point where he's looking seriously into finding wifey. Well, that's the person who's going to be able to dedicate time, energy, and finances to really going on dates, to really taking these dates seriously, to be able to give his energy and time into that courtship phase again, versus someone who's just trying to get their life together, so to speak. Okay. So just understanding those pieces is so crucial to be able to really creating a solid package that is irresistible to your ideal clients, because you're speaking into what they desire and what they need. So just to recap real quick, and you can come back and watch this, the 4 major elements that you really want to hone in on as you're creating your offer, and also to use it to audit your current offer if you have and it's not selling, or you're like, well, am I really communicating this right? I don't know. Here they are again. Number 1, the offer, it needs to be very specific and tangible outcome. So not on the way to an outcome, not something that you think people want. It has to be very clear and specific and tangible. And it needs to be something that is an outcome that your ideal clients actually want right now, right? This is what they're thinking about. The second is the value of the program needs to exceed the price it's marketed at. So you have to be able to communicate the value in a way that it becomes a no-brainer for the investment. They're like, oh my goodness, like 3K is nothing compared to what I'm going to have at the end, because you're saving me money, or you're having me, I can make more money in this process. The third is the offer. It needs to be, again, clear and specific in terms of people need to understand how are you getting them from point A to B? What is your methodology? What is your process? So they know if it's the right vehicle for them, if it's the right process, the right strategy for them, and what they're looking for. And then number 4 is you have to define and understand the sophistication level of that specific type of person, your dream client, that your offer is best, capable of helping get and achieve a result. Okay. So those are the 4 elements that you want to incorporate into your offer. And those are the 4 things you want to sit down and really just dive into, and make sure that you have that down pat and you understand it so that you can communicate that. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this impromptu training. I hope it was supportive of you and helpful for you. And as always, if you are either looking to create a new offer, or you already have an offer, but you're like, I think I need to, have another, what am I saying? Today's Monday. Another pair of eyeballs. Take a look at it and see how I can upgrade it, up level it, or maybe just communicate it more effectively. That's what I'm here for. So if you have any questions, you need any of that support, send me a DM with the word offer, because that's what we talked about today. And I can take a look at your offer, give you some feedback. And if it makes sense, I can share how we can dive deeper to really help you get that offer selling like hotcakes, so that when you put it out there, it's very clear, it's communicating the value, and people are actually reaching out to learn more about it. In your DMs or wherever it is, or sales calls, whatever it is you feel comfortable and most aligned with doing. Okay. So again, as always, y'all, have an amazing and wonderful week. We are rolling into November in 2 days. I hope everyone's doing really well, and I will see you on the next training. As always, take care. Goodbye. Have a great week. Bye.